What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. Okay, so we're going to talk about taxes. So we now know that Social Security Fairness Act has passed, and so now we're going to have people that are going to be receiving more benefits, increased benefits. And as a result of increased benefits, you have to pay attention to taxes because you might owe more in taxes as a result of this. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. First off, I am not a financial advisor or anything like that, so make sure you go to a professional to find out as far as your taxes and all of that. But I do want to address this question, and this is coming from Jay. And Jay says, one thing you didn't mention was the tax consequences as earned income. Please inform your listeners. Thanks. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about that today. And when it comes to taxes on Social Security, and let's go over this really quickly. So, and I got this right from the Social Security website. And so what we're looking at here, these are the thresholds, okay? So it says right here, if your total income, including Social Security, is below $25,000 for a single filer or $32,000 for a joint filer, you won't pay taxes on your Social Security benefits. Okay, so if you fit in this category, if you're single, and you earn less than $25,000, then, and this is total, so Social Security as well as other income coming in, then you don't have to pay taxes, and then $32,000 for couples, okay? Now, if your income is between $25,000 and $34,000 for a single person, or $32,000 and $44,000 for a joint filer, up to 50% of your benefits may be taxable, okay? And we'll talk about the 50%, 85%, because that does get a little confusing. People think it means different things. All right, so if your income exceeds $34,000 for single or $44,000 for joint, up to 85% of your benefits may be taxable. Okay, so that is the law. Now, the funny thing about this is this was, I think, back in 1983 when they put this tax, this tax thing in place. And what's unfortunate about this is it doesn't move with the cost of living, doesn't move with inflation. So people, when you start receiving the COLAs every year, it's pushing people over that limit because that limit doesn't change. That $25,000 was the same that we saw back in 1983. They need to adjust it, obviously, but they haven't done that. And the main reason is because this brings in revenue for Social Security. And so that's the main reason why they haven't made the change. But they do need, I'm telling you, they need to reform Social Security as a whole. And one of the things they need to look at is that. Now, this could all be eliminated if President Trump made the promise that he wants to eliminate taxes on people receiving Social Security benefits. That will eliminate all this. So you're not going to have the $25,000, $32,000. You're not going to have that anymore. It'll all go away. So now let's talk a little bit about the 50%, 85%, because reading that, and the first time I read it, I'm thinking, wow, 50% tax? It's not a 50% tax. It's 50% of your Social Security, okay? And so if you earn $10,000 in Social Security benefits, then you have $5,000 of that $10,000 is subject to taxes, okay? So they do, as far as you're not paying $5,000 in taxes, but that's what they're going to use in order to figure out how much taxes that you owe. And when you move down the list, so let's say you're 85%, it's the same thing. If you're earning $10,000, now it would be $8,500 that's subject to taxing. Okay, and that's just what they're going to use. They're not going to take all of that from you. So that's what we're looking at right now. So the Social Security Fairness Act, some people are going to be receiving a lot more money. And so it's going to move them up when it comes to taxes. And so just be careful that you understand that and talk to a tax professional and go over it with them so they can figure out exactly how much you owe in taxes. But I think overall, most people are going to want to have received more money. And so this, even though you're having to pay taxes on it, and I did have someone ask that question as far as, do we have to pay taxes on this? Yes, you have to pay taxes on it. The government's going to come for their money. And then the lump sum too. I don't know exactly how they'll do that, but the lump sum is not going to come. Obviously, it's not going to come in 2024. So it's going to come sometime in 2025. What if you've already filed your taxes? Then, how are they going to work that? So they'll probably just pass it on. So for your 2025 filing, you're going to have to pay taxes on that. So the government is not just going to give you the money without taxing it. So just make sure you pay attention to that. One of the things I really enjoy about doing content creation, putting out videos, is that you guys comment, you guys will send me emails, you guys let me know about your situation and different stories. And so I'm going to read you guys a story today, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. But it's just interesting. And this is centered around the Social Security Fairness Act, the elimination of weapon GPO. And sometimes you don't think of how far-reaching this really is. And so let's go ahead. I want to take a look at this, and we're going to read this. And I just thought this was pretty fascinating. And so it says, "Thanks, David, for keeping us informed about the Fairness Act. You have a great YouTube video. I am retired from local government in Guam, right? Where I was not able to contribute to Social Security, and also retired from TSA Federal, where I paid into Social Security." Okay, so they are earning a pension from Guam as well as they worked TSA and they were paying into Social Security. "I started collecting Social Security at age 62. So happy WEP and GPO is going to be eliminated. Sure can use the extra money. We've earned every penny. Thank you, David, for your time on giving us very good, true information." And so isn't that interesting? I mean, Guam, this person, it's not just the 50 states. It's different territories as well. And so this person worked, they earned a pension in Guam, and then they also worked TSA, so they paid into Social Security, and they were impacted by WEP. In this case, situation would have been WEP, and that was reducing their benefits. And so now that they've eliminated WEP, they'll have a little extra money. And so a really, really interesting story. If you guys have stories, let me know. Just put it in the comment section or send me an email, and I'll definitely read them. If you guys have any questions, any further questions, put it in the comments below. I will address some questions on the channel, so some of the videos I'll post. And a lot of the ideas that I get, they're coming from the comments that you guys are posting. So make sure you keep the comments coming. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.